So today we're going to be cooking something called a kedgeree. The recipe is taken from the British Heart Foundation Society, and they have a really lovely range of recipes that could be broken down by ethnicity to help us to eat in our own authentic way whilst retaining our healthy habits. They're found naturally in things like fish, oily fish, got here some avocado pear, olive oil, nuts and seeds. So those are some sources of healthy fats. So what I've already started. So the first thing we've done is put 150 grams of brown basmati rice to steam, and to that the recipe asks us to add smoked paprika and a teaspoon of curry powder. But I'm going to do something I often do and add just a little bit more. So I'm adding some garam masala just because I think it's a really nice thing to add. So I'm just going to add that to the pot now. So eggs. So this recipe is quite protein rich, so we're using healthy fats in the form of egg and fish. So what I've done earlier, I've just boiled 2 eggs, just sliced in half, so that's super easy. So these 2 eggs are already boiled. So as the rice is cooking, this whole recipe shouldn't take any longer than about 20 minutes, to be fair. The rice is going to take the longest element of it, especially in its brown basmati. It takes a little bit longer than white basmati rice, but it's definitely worth the wait. To the rice, I'm going to be adding, so I've got some chopped onions here. And I'm cheating again with the ready-made chopped, well, not ready-made, but ready chopped onions, which are frozen. So I'm just going to be adding those to the rice, and stock cube. So the stock cube I'm using today is a vegetable stock cube, and it's 0 salt. So 0 salt veggie stock cube. Can you all see that clearly? So we've talked about reducing our salt, haven't we? So this is a really ideal way of adding a little bit of flavour without adding salt. Okay, so I'm just adding in the onions and the vegetable stock cube, stirring that. This is the fish I'm going to be using. So the recipe called for fresh trout, but as I said, I was unable to secure that today. But one thing which is, I think, a really nice substitute is the mackerel. You can have it either smoked or unsmoked. The only thing to be aware of here, as we've discussed, is the potential salt content. This isn't very high in salt. In terms of added salt, but this is just something we need to be aware of. So as you can see, just flaking it with my fingers. You can use a fork. It's very, just whatever you prefer, really. So I've just shredded the fish there. So it's just very straightforward. So I'm going to put the peas in now. So the just frozen petit pois.
Rated R, if you think you're not afraid of the dark.
So I'm not sure, to be honest, if that's a good thing or not to add the yogurt, but I have added it to around half of it. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so I've done two different versions. The reason being, the ingredient called for 0% fat Greek yogurt, which is not a bad thing, it's a really good thing because it's very high in protein, and Greek yogurt is very good for the gut and so many other bits and pieces. But if I'm honest, I wasn't sure how that was going to come out in terms of the flavour, so I've done two versions, so I'm going to taste them now. So, first version, okay, let me do the first version without. Can you see that clearly? So I've just garnished it with some chopped parsley. We've got the curly kale there, we've got the green peas, we've got lots of bits and pieces there, so. Really nice. Clean fork. Taste the other one there with the Greek yogurt, so we can see it's just coated in yogurt, so it's a little bit white. Also really good. Really good. Not sure which one I prefer. But essentially they taste, this is a very quick recipe, super healthy, very nutritious, authentic in terms of the flavourings, the spices and the types of ingredients, all cooked in one pot, very, very quick, tastes great, and it's heart healthy. So that's it from me.